Nobody on here yet. That is okay. I have to work on cleaning a pistol. This is the Hooch's gun, and we were out shooting it, and it decided that it was time to clean it. So we're cleaning it, and she was shooting it. It's 22. 22s are notoriously filthy because of the way the ammunition is. And she had a couple of jams, so I told her we will remedy this thing. She likes to shoot with this. So that's what we're working on right now. Well, I'm waiting for everybody to get on here. I think it's just me at the moment. I think so. I'm a few minutes early. I was going to ask everybody, how is your Saturday afternoon going? Pre-Father's Day for everybody that's fathers. Yeah, I'm about 4 or 5 minutes early. But I like to get on here a little bit beforehand. And that's about it. If not a whole lot of people show up, well, then we'll just have gotten a gun clean, I guess. Yeah. It's almost time to probably polish this. Hey, Swede Mark 73. Not too much, buddy. Been cutting grass and cutting grass and cutting grass. And finally got the backyard back to where it needs to be. And later on, going to take my son out for Father's Day dinner. He and I are going to go out to a really nice restaurant. And we're going to go have a good evening. Hey, Doc Falcon, how are you doing, sir? And hello to Tony. How are y'all doing? Like I said, I'm just over here cleaning the gun, cleaning the Hooch's one of her pistols. We were out shooting earlier in the week, and it started having some problems. It's 22. Oh yeah, Swede, mate. It is. Let me pronounce your name correctly. Swede Medic 73. Swede Medic 73. You're dang right. We maintain about 5 acres on the property, and good googly moogly. I had neglected the back acre, which is our backyard, and it was getting gnarly, and I felt bad, so I spent most of the morning doing that. What's going on with you, Doc? What you been doing? Long trip. Where is your long trip? Or rather, mind your OPSEC, but I hope you had a good trip, even if it was long. Dang, you back in Ohio? Dadgummit. Well, is that family okay up there? Did you have to go up there for something like that? Doc, okay. Up by Toledo. Doc and I are kind of online friends. We talk a pretty good bit. Obviously, that's not his real name, but we talk a pretty good bit. Well, I hope everything's going okay. I hope all your family is doing good. Oh, damn it, man. She missed the grandkids. I understand. Hooch is at a baby shower for somebody she doesn't even know because she missed the grandbabies, and the grandbabies were going to be there, so she bought a present. She said, "You care if I go?" And I thought, hell, I don't guess so. I've thrown more money up horse's butt for other stuff that's not as necessary. So she that's where she is. I think she said she's going to Walmart now to buy we do all the shopping for her mother because we take care of her mama. She has dementia, and so we try to take care of her, that crazy old lady. But she's over there buying all her groceries for the next couple of weeks. So she's not going to be around for the video. Oh, yeah. Let them go. Might as well. I got a lot done. And she, you know how women are. There ain't no women on here now, I don't think. But you know how women are. They call you while you're doing something, and then they want to talk to you about something that's really important. And it's important. It's important to them. And so, by God, you got something in both hands, and it might weigh 70 pounds. But when they say, I'd like to talk to you about something, what do? You just let them talk. So, and I figure it's the same way as far as going to see the grandkids. When she wants to see them, you know, just let her go see them. And everybody is doing good. All right, Swede Medic, where are you from? All right. The four-wheeler is it has a front differential and a rear differential. I know all of y'all know this if you're around Fort Worth, Texas. Good job. God bless Texas, man. The rear differential, where the boot clips onto the motor casing, broken. So it's kind of a hinky spot. So we will see what we can do. I might be able to get it welded. I can weld. I can't weld aluminum that good or that pretty, but I've got a lot of friends that do. So we will see what we can do with it. It has a lot of problems that are going on as well with it. And plus it's, gosh, I bought it, or my wife bought it for me for Father's Day last year. And I put about $1,000 into it, and it's approaching worn out. But I like it. So we're going to try to possibly fix it. It will be a long, slow process for me to set the time to fix it, because if I'm going to fix it, I'm going to fix everything. There's no rear brakes on it. The front parking brake quit working. When you sit there, it will over rev and kind of roll forward, which is not really good. Oh yeah. So I broke down and I bought. Now I hadn't even done a video on it yet. I was going to, and I'll tell y'all first. I broke down and bought a brand new four-wheeler. They had a really good deal on Polaris 4x4s, and I got the base model, the entry level, the utility one. It's a 500 Polaris something. Sportsman. It's a Polaris Sportsman, and it's really cool. I think I got a picture of it. Like I said, I hadn't even done a video of it yet, because I've had so much to do. There is the grandson on it. That's one reason we needed to get it, because I hate to say it, but that's most of the reason that we drive it. And that's him sitting on it. And hang on, I'll show you another picture of him. And there we go. There's that. Now, they said it's a 450, but it has the same cubic inch displacement as the 500. Hey, Kevin, what are you up to? So the boy likes it, and I am going to keep the other one and get it fixed just to have something for somebody else to come down and ride on. The other one, that the Kawasaki Prairie, was to the point where nobody else could really ride it but me because of the over revving. Yeah. No. A snowmobile. I have heard of snowmobiles. I've never seen one in real life. I have heard of snowmobiles. And they're powered by like Santa's reindeer or something like that. That's about all I can tell you as far as snowmobiles. I got nothing to reference it. And you can outrun Bigfoot or something. That's what I've heard. Anyway. Sorry about the new property, Kevin. Kind of sucks, I guess, the way it goes. Sometimes that junk just happens. But got a really good deal, I think. That, believe it or not, that one was. I have heard of the 2-cylinder Rockwells, and I've heard those are good because I think they used to put those in Sea-Doos as well. Now, I'm more familiar with Sea-Doos, obviously, since I'm down here in Alabama. I've never seen more than 3 inches of snow. That's cool. Yeah, Kevin, I understand. But yeah, gosh, I can't remember exactly what they called the brand for the Sea-Doos, but they that's where I've learned about the 2-cylinder Rockwells. It's funny, this 4-wheeler was. I was talking to the guy and the salesman. I said, "Look, dude, I ain't never bought one. I ain't never bought nothing new in my life. Never bought a new car, nothing." And so I was telling this. I said, "I really like the ones. I really like the ones with a backup pull start on the side." Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand, Swede Medic. Yeah, there's not in Texas anyway. Maybe like a Sand Cruiser or something. But he said he was real polite. He said, "Mr. Taylor, they don't make those anymore with the pull starts on them." And I said, "Oh." And I said, "I've really been having a lot of problems with the carburetor on my old one." I said, "Because it just over revs and takes off." And I said, "And it hits a fence." And he said, "This one is fuel injected. They're fuel injected now if you buy the larger ones." And I said, I sound pretty hick, don't I? And he just laughed. He said, "No, not at all." He was trying to make it sell. And he did. He's a good guy. He's a nice young man. And he's actually going to come out to the property and do some riding with us and some shooting because he found out about the channel and he really liked it. So it worked out really good and it was interesting. And I didn't know you could get them for that cheap. And it was, I don't know, good rate or something like that. And it's got a freaking 5-year warranty. You know, $50 copay. If the motor blows up in 5 years, it's $50 copay. I can't compete with that. And it has brakes, front and rear brakes, and a parking brake. There's a Hooch's purple Ruger SR22. That's what I'm cleaning and working on. So I'm excited about it, and the boy loves it. We spent all day riding that dang thing all over the property, up and down, and even the neighbor has an additional 5 acres that's cleared and cut. He said, "Just come on over and ride all you want to," because he and I are pretty good friends. That's the guy that has the Toyota Tacoma that I'm going to be buying end of the month. And that was part of that video when the other one crapped out. The four-wheeler crapped out. It's a 96 Toyota Tacoma, and I asked a lot of y'all about it and got a lot of your opinions about it. It's a 96 Toyota Tacoma. It's original owners, 230 or 50,000 miles, and it cranks and runs good. Original motor, transmission, four-wheel drive works. He doesn't hunt. He lived 6 miles down the road, or he worked 6 miles down the road, so he drove 12 miles and into Walmart or wherever. So I figure if it lasts 30,000 miles, I'll have made my money's worth out of it. 88 Toyota four-wheel drive pickup. Yep, I understand. This one is a Tacoma. The downside is it's just a single cab. It is a 2-person truck. But like I said, it's $1,200. That's the price we agreed on. And he said, well, just bring me over $1,200. And I told him, I said, you really picked a bad time because I just bought this four-wheeler. And he laughed. He said, don't worry about it. Just bring me the money at the end of the month. And I said, all righty then. So I think it'll work out. I just got to have something for going to get plywood, all the insulation to do the building. My son has a nice truck, but I don't like asking people. Okay, Kevin. Yep, I understand. Hey, Martin, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm hoping, like I said, if I can get 30,000 miles, and I'm sure I'll get more than that. I don't drive very hard or tough. If I can get 30,000 miles and I can go get some load of mulch or a load of gravel or a pallet full of insulation, I call that pretty good. It's 4-cylinder, and like I said, AC works, heat works, four-wheel drive works, everything worked good on it. Cool. Okay. So we'll see how it works out. But Martin, you just came on board. How are you doing? And tell everybody without revealing your address, what area of the country are you in, and how are you doing? I just try to do this with new people that I'm not quite familiar with. How are you doing? Let's see, putting this thing back together again now. These are nice little guns. Yes. Oh, okay, Martin. I'm sorry. I must have missed it. We pretty much have sealed the deal. Yes, sir. I have. Well, the handshake gotten it from him. I'm going to give him the money at the end of the month. He's got to go actually out of town and do some stuff back up in Pennsylvania. He's Pennsylvania Dutch, but he came down to work in the mines years and years ago, and he liked it and decided to stay down here. And he retired from local mines that are down here. These things go together so nice. There's nothing in the chamber. And this is hers. Yes, it's purple. I have the same one that is black, but it has the threaded end for the suppressor. She and I buy the same gun, so everything is redundant. And then I buy an extra one for spare and spray it with lube and stick it in a box and just keep it to the side. So hers is all finished and done and done. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. to get it. It's a small little truck. Hopefully it will do what I need, like for the building that we got. I got to get all the insulation. I got to go get all the plywood, and I don't really want to ask my son to do it. Heck, I had to ask my neighbor to borrow his big truck to go pick up the 4-wheeler. So it was, I did not realize when I quit working at the other company, that's a lot smoother, that I would need a truck as fast as I do, or I did. Where's that cat? Damn cat. Edward, he is outside, probably laying under my car, if I had to guess. Damn cat. Yes, you've been hanging around watching some of the older stuff then, Martin. Edward, damn cat. Actually, I'd been talking with one of the guys about bringing back Murray Gator, getting it cleaned up. That's right, Doc. Yeah, I'm a short fella. I'm like 5'8", so I will fit fine in that thing. The interior is kind of rough, but that's okay. I don't care. I can actually I'll pull the interior out, buy me a few pieces and parts that I need to, some OEM stuff, and put it back in there, or go to pull apart and buy a whole complete interior. Interior is rough, and he's a big boy. He's like 6'6" and 300 plus pounds, and he drove that thing. Well, he's the original owner, so he drove that thing since '96. Yeah, it's still around. I still drive it every now and then. Swedematic. It was a fun build and a fun drive, and I built it twice, and it was just something. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I got into it, and I spent too much money doing it on that one, because I ended up buying one of those Performance 820s from ROMS ROMS Reworks. He's a master small engine mechanic and machinist. And well, thank you. I appreciate that, Martin. That goes a long way. And he sold these positive, these locking systems, which are fantastic, and just, but they were pricey. And one year, I'm gonna say it was like 5 years ago, my wife asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said I want this, and she said that's a box full of gears, and I said no, but it's more than that. And so that's what she got me for Christmas, was a rebuild kit for an 820 to make it a positive traction. And it get googly moogly. It's fantastic. And I cringe just thinking that it's just sitting there. So I'm going to have to work on it. It's only money. I can always make more. Absolutely. Because everybody that watches my channel is all richer than shit, ain't we? No, we're not. Frank, how are you doing? I'm glad you made it to one of the live chats. I appreciate all your comments from the other stuff. Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it. How are you doing? And what part of the world are you from? Bearing in mind that, don't give us your address, but just what part of the world are you coming from, Frank? You're naked, rolling in money, Doc. Oh, that hurts. I'm going to stab my eyes out right now. Stabbing my eyes out. Hey, Daniel, what are you doing? Daniel Trawick. He has a Toyota Tacoma. He and I have talked about it recently. Oh, really? Okay. I have to go take a look at that. Thank you, Daniel. Frank. Pretty good. Central PA. I got a lot of people that watch from up in Pennsylvania. It's kind of funny until I really got into this as far as logistics and and locations and everything. You would say Pennsylvania, and I think like city, Pennsylvania. And then I found out that there's more freaking deer in Pennsylvania than there are in Alabama, and they're damn near bigger. That's one of the things about the internet. You get to meet and talk to people. Yeah, I know my hair. How about that sexy look? I agree 100%, Doc. Oh, really? Oh, that was hurtful, Kevin. That was hurtful, Kevin. Martin, I hope you and your family tell your family thank you very much for watching all the stuff and the crazy stuff that I do, and I hope y'all have a wonderful lunch this afternoon sitting out there. Yeah, it is. The hooch told me we were doing a video this morning, and she said, "What are you going to do with your hair?" And I thought, well, obviously it's a problem since she said something. And she said, well, no, really, what are you going to do with your hair? And I said, well, I guess I'll put a hat on then. And that's the video with the flashlights. God bless you and your family as well, Martin. I appreciate that. I do. Which we're going to do a giveaway. It'll probably be, I'll advertise it Monday. I'll show you these real quick. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. This company, Vaunt, asked me to put these things through their paces, and watch out, it's kind of bright. And see what I thought. And they sent me several of them, and I have bought these before from them because I love them. They're really good. 30 LEDs, waterproof, shockproof, drop proof. Pick it back up. How about that? And in all my test videos, I always take them and throw them, and then I drop them in the creek. So, 2 of these for $20. So in essence, it's $10 a piece. How many lumens? Oh, hell, Kevin, you had to ask me that. I don't know. I have to come back to you and tell you. I want to say like 600 and something. I want to say like 600 and something. But I can't tell you exactly. Yes, I do. It's a bunker. It's a storm shelter. Yeah, yes, Frank. Yes, it is all finished. I am going to get one more load of dirt to go across the top of it, and it is completely finished. One of the things, we're going to take a bunch of crap out of it and put it over into the studio office to free up a little bit of room in there, because I'm out of room in there of jamming stuff in there. But they asked me to do the video or the review on these things, and I like them. 3 AAA or 3 AA batteries. You can get like the Enloop ENLOOP batteries that are rechargeable, and the charger, so you can charge them from solar application. Can't freaking beat them. So I figured I'm gonna do a review on them. I'm gonna give 2 of them away. So we'll do the video on that later on Monday, I think, if I don't have to go out of state, do some real work. But I thought that was pretty cool. It will involve, I don't know, just watching the review and liking and liking and sharing, I think, something like that. But I didn't do the live chat to sell y'all nothing. So, and I don't make nothing off of that. So, it's not that. those that want to can get a code. They get you 10% off of it, so that'll save on the taxes at least. So it's $20. So hell, it'll save you $2. It's the cost of a beer. Send me the $2 and I'll buy a beer. How about that? But is it Darren Prue? Well, I am on my 5th camcorder. So Daniel Trawick, yeah, I am on my 5th camcorder now. Mind you, it has been over a 9-year period, so I stand by my record as having, one every 2 years. That's pretty dang good. If you have a camcorder and you buy it through Amazon and they say, would you like to have the insurance? Click the button yes, and it says something about like Crush insurance. For the love of God, get the Crush insurance. I'm telling you, I have slammed mine in a door. Don't ask me how I did that one. That was like 2 years ago, and that was like I heard it smack, crunch, and I heard shit tinkle to the ground, to the concrete out in my shop, and I thought, oh my God, I need to sit down because I just broke this. My wife's going to kill me. Okay. I was doing a video, and it was like I was talking about a carburetor and doing the video, and it had a little lanyard with it. And so I paused the video, and I had a door open, and you have a bottom, middle, and a top hinge on most exterior doors. And I just hung it right there on that middle exterior door. And then I was holding the carburetor, and I closed the door. Crushed it. No joke. Crushed it into 100 pieces. Be careful, Swede. Take care. You be careful, man. Obviously, he's a medic. So you be careful, guy. That is how I broke it. Slammed it in the door. That's why you need Crush insurance. And they actually call it that. It is Crush insurance. It's not the same thing as driving it because they get all snitty about that. But what else has been going on with you guys? Or as far as what all are we doing as far as the videos are going? We're about to start doing some more stuff on the. I don't blame you, Kevin. I don't blame you. I had a lot of friends who were medics and paramedics, and I worked with them loosely, and I was friends with a lot of them. And yeah, call-outs were bad. I remember sitting around with them in the recliners after like New Year's when everybody was all hooked into IVs because everybody was still so hungover from the night before. And those of you who are medics can attest to this. Everybody practices on each other as far as placing IVs and everything. And thank you, Martin. Happy Father's Day to you too. Happy Father's Day to you too. And guys, all of you, I hope you have a happy Father's Day. Call your daddy. Call your stepdaddy. Call somebody that raised you. By God, they might not have brought you in the world. But if they raised you, by God, they raised you. Yes, sir, Kevin. In another life, I worked at UAB Hospital as a lab technician and as a research technician. I did that for 10 years. I was actually pre-med. I don't know what happened. But yeah, in college, I was pre-med. I may still go back and go to medical school in a few years. I've talked it over with the hooch, and she said if I wanted to do that, that would be cool with her. I finished all the stuff and got my prerequisites, and I just never went. So they would always place IV catheters in each other, and I remember some of my more hardcore friends who would be drunk would have an IV in each one sitting in the recliner. like this on New Year's morning at like 3 o'clock from all the binge drinking that we had gone out and done. That was back in the day when we could do it and recover from it. That's nice of you, Doc Falcon. That is. Yeah, my dad and my stepdad, it's funny, both of them are preachers. I don't know what happened to me. It goes, back to the pre-med thing. I have no idea, because they stood me up and dedicated me to preach. I'm thinking I am about as far from a minister as I can. Kevin, that's funny. Yes, sir. I have stories, and I imagine you do too, of my friends that we used to do that stuff. United Province, Province. How are you doing? From all the way from India. Welcome aboard, man. Come on. Thank you. Son of a preacher man. Yeah, I understand. Roy's the boy. How are you doing, man? I want to say I went to your channel and looked at some of your stuff earlier this week. I want to say. I think I did, because I was looking at some of the other guys' live chats from Small Engine Nation, and ran as an EMT for 15 years. Yes, sir, you understand then. I understand. Yep. You understand completely. But and I did that for 10 years at UAB, and so I got to know all the paramedics and the EMT guys. Really good, and we became good friends. And it was I went and did a bunch of stuff in Katrina, Mississippi, on the Gulf, and then down to skirted around the edge of New Orleans, and that was the end of it for me. After that, what country is it? What time is it in my country? Here in Central Alabama, it is 3:34 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yep. Doc's an hour ahead of me. I won't say where he is, but he's an hour ahead of me. But it was interesting. A lot of people don't know, guys. If you are interested in the medical field, you can apply for a rural assistance program, to where the government will actually pay for your medical degree if you agree to go to an area with less than X amount of people per capita. 2:05 in the morning. Good grief, man. What are you up for? I would be asleep. But thanks for coming by. So you can have all or part of your 9:35 here in the UK. I'll be. It's already Sunday there. I forget that with the internet, you're able to reach so many people. Not that my stuff means a whole bunch, but you're able to talk to a lot of different people through a lot of different time zones and areas. I talked to a lot of guys down in Australia, and it's just freaking weird, because they're in fall going into winter, I think. And, of course, there's time difference as well, but it's seasonal because they're bottom hemisphere. So I thought, that is just absolutely crazy stuff. It absolutely is. In India, it's Sunday. That's what United province is saying. Huh. I'll be. That's crazy. No, but Roy says no, it's not. It's Saturday. I'll be. I don't know. How long have we been on here, guys? 40 minutes. Trying to think of anything that I needed to tell y'all about. Oh yeah, thanks, Doc. I always forget about that. Yeah, hit the like button and share or however y'all do that. If you would do it, I'd appreciate it. We're getting ready to start doing a bunch of stuff on the studio office to get it all cleaned up and insulate it and wire it. So that's like. Okay. Cool. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. So we're getting ready to do that, but I am hampered because of the lack of a truck. About to remedy that situation. My son said he'd do it. He'd help me anytime, but I hate asking anybody anything. I'd rather carry it on my back than ask them. But ring the bell to be alerted. I'm terrible at this. Ring the bell to be alerted for updates and everything. Sometimes I do this during the middle of the week as well. Just if I'm out of town in a hotel room, I don't have anything to do. I'll get on there and do that. But we're going to do some videos of getting that thing finished up, and then we're going to do some videos on a lot of people ask me about the deep pantry stuff, which is the food preservation. Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, that was bad. That was some bad times. Yeah. Thanks, Roy. Oh, that's nice. Y'all have a good time there. In the hotel room, get a continental breakfast, and that is nice. Hooch and I are talking about going down to Florida next few weeks just to get away, just me and her for a little bit, because everything seems to kind of take over. Gosh, what else was I going to do? This is one of the things that I stacked this stuff up just to show y'all. This is some of the food. This is expired food, 5/2017. Still edible. It's a date. Danger noodles. Yes, sir. Will do. Still edible and fine and good for you. It's a suggested date to consume by. And I'm going to do some videos on this. I've actually eaten some that are like 25 or 30 years old. Life Raft rations from a Life Raft that I had. Yeah, we do. You don't like what? You don't like Spam? Oh, man. Okay. What about hash? It's expired too. This is some of the stuff that I was going through. You don't like hash? Hash and eggs? Yes, sir. I understand, Kevin. What is Spam? Okay. In a nutshell, the history of Spam, it was a concoction. I want to say it was originally military. It stands for spiced ham. And this was made to be sent overseas. Originally, it had a key on the back with a locking ring that you would remove. You insert it, twist it all the way around. It's not fake meat. It's heaven in a can, Kevin. And that rhymed. I ought to get points for that. Spam and chips. Never thought of that. That's interesting. Yes, actually, it's a decent cut of pork. Doc, it is. And the corn, you don't like the corned beef either? Corned beef and cabbage? Okay, I'm Irish, but come on, guys. Corned beef and cabbage is good. Hash and eggs. Okay, a lot of people aren't going to like this. Hash and brains, pork brains. It is. It's like heaven. I was actually going to do some videos of these, cooking them over the open fire outside one of the iron skillets. Anyway, that's just, I got completely off task. This is some of the stuff that the Hooch doesn't like. Great Value. This is a Walmart brand. She doesn't like Great Value. So I have to buy the stuff that she likes. But if I buy the stuff she likes, I can buy a case of it. So cream of chicken. If I buy, I don't know, whatever brand she likes, I can buy 12 of them and she doesn't complain. The only hash I use is the ones you smoke. I love it. I love it. And Kevin, again, that was mean. That was hurtful. You see something on the internet, you try it. Obviously, it's true because it's on the internet. Probably so, Doc. I bought it because it was 50 cents a can. Sodium for this one is, and this is cream of chicken, 750 milligrams. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That's per serving. There's 2.5 servings, 60, 90. Okay, this is about 80% of your sodium for the day. You got a point. You got a point. So what do? I'm catching up on the, yeah, I ruined that steak, Kevin. I am going to try it again, though. I won't do it for 18 hours. I'll do it for 1 hour. Spam fritters. That sounds good. Now, the Hooch makes, she makes vegetable soup and cuts up the spam because it is salty. It's really salty. But she doesn't put any salt in the vegetable soup, cuts the spam up into it, and it actually really salts it. 1 hour is good, not 18. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. And Kevin, yes, if any of you watch or listen to podcasts, TSP, the Survival Podcast, Jack Spirko, that's where I started listening to learn about the salted steaks, and I did it wrong. It was my fault. You don't do it for 18 hours. In my defense, I figured if 1 hour is good, 18 hours is like the shit. It was not. It was horrible. It was terrible. I think I boiled the steak in water and poured it out a few times and then let my dogs eat it. And that was filet mignon. Yeah. What cow meat is allowed in my country? Well, I think most everything is allowed. It's inspected by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and they stamp it ABCD. I believe is the rating that they used, and A and B is for human consumption, I want to say, and C and D is for animal. I'm not quite sure on the C and D. I think C might be human, and then D might be animal or incorporated into, like a byproduct or something like that. I think. I'm not sure, though. But yes, sir, we eat most every part of the cow here in the United States. We do. And I have heard that it is uncommon. I'm reading that stuff that y'all are posting, Doc and Kevin. It is uncommon because of what I have heard, that lamb and chicken are a lot more common. I love lamb. It's just I can't find it here very often. Lamb and chicken are a lot more common and cheaper overseas and in other countries than here in the United States. Lamb here is considered a delicacy and is probably as much or more than beef, which is really odd. When I've got friends in South America who say, "Gosh, we eat lamb, every night or every other night with dinner," and it's like chicken to us. And I thought, holy cow, cow meat is allowed. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I think I've eaten a little bit of horse meat. But what Doc and Kevin were saying, absolutely, the pre-packaged prepping meals will kill you. And I know that for them to have a 25-year shelf life, and I'm going to do a lot of videos on this subject, because by God, if we can't, why can't we make it healthy? And if it's dehydrated or freeze dried, then we don't need all the sodium in it, because it's kind of counterproductive. If you can't make it healthy, why the hell would you have it? I'm not going to feed my kids that, or my grandkids, that kind of crap, that 25-year shelf life stuff that makes 90% sodium look like a picnic. It's 185%. I had heard that, United Province. Yeah. Yeah, I've got friends that are reps for Mountain House, Legacy, and Wise, I want to say, and I just don't know. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I am going back to what Doc Falcon is saying. Yes, a lot of the prepper groups and everything, they spout about how good all this is. The stuff's not healthy for you unless you can find it, pare it down, make it. I can make it myself. Really, I have heard Augustin Farms is healthier, a little bit healthier. And that might be something to. Yeah, Kevin, I understand. That might be something to consider, is Augustin Farms, or instead of buying the breakfast packs, which have the oatmeal, and open up those little packs with the oatmeal and look at it and read it. Just buy oatmeal and buy honey and raisins and walnuts and stick it down in there. I've done some videos on that. Kevin, Augustin Farms not as high as the others, but still high for anyone with cardiac issue. Yes, absolutely. Because I have looked at it and done some kind of comparison stuff on it. Yes, sir. I don't have the numbers in front of me I can tell you that, but I can't substantiate it. But from what I looked at before, they're all terrible. Augustin Farms is better. So, instead of getting hit in the head with a rock, maybe you just get hit in the eye with a rock. That would be what I equate it to. Rice and beans. Yeah, well, I mean, you get kind of sick of it after a while, Doc, and it's if you're going to just do your rice and beans, you would really want to do some spices to help. Yeah, it's I've eaten it for a week or two just to see back in the day when I was by myself, and you can do it, but it's like, God help me, I got to eat this again. Might as well eat it. Just that's about the level of enjoyment. And think about this: if all the crap is going on that people spout about and all this bad stuff, and the one or two little things that you can think about that put a spark in your day that make you a little bit happier would be a meal with some flavor. Oh my God, that's fantastic. You would be the king. One of the things I do in like the breakfast 5-gallon buckets that I make, I buy packs of hard candy, vacuum seal them, stick them in there, jam them down in there, butterscotch, peppermint, what are those, root beer barrels, root beer barrel things, and then hard candy, jawbreakers, jam them down in there. It's sugar, it's going to last forever. Butterscotch stuff, butterscotch, and jam them in there as well, vacuum seal everything, put them in there, and that's like breakfast for 4 people for 30 days. You know, oatmeal, honey, walnuts, raisins, everything will last in there, and then hard candies. And that way, you look at it this way, okay, well, I can heat up a cup of water and put in the peppermint, I put in the butterscotch, and that would go a long way with yes, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, Kevin. I'll see if I can find out the name of mine. But I can't remember the name of it. But the hard candies go a long way, and as far as like for kids and everything, it's a pick me up. If you have anybody who's who's dependent on insulin and everything, it can be a lifesaver as well as the honey. So it's just a little thing that might make the day a little bit better. It's like coffee. You don't need coffee. My God, having a decent cup of coffee, 2 cups of coffee in the morning, if the power's out, makes your day a little bit better. Good night, United Province. Absolutely, Kevin. The Hooch and I, we have a year, I think, of coffee set aside. Hey, Matthew, what are you doing? Matthew is one of my admins on Southern Off-Mode Growers. I understand. What I used to say was they found a blood cell in my alcohol stream years ago. Now, mind you, I don't partake quite as much as I used to. But yes. Glad you could make it, Matthew. And you're doing really good with Southern Off-Road Mowers. I appreciate you helping out with it. Thank you very much. That's another one of my channels that on Facebook, one of my groups, where I used to do a lot of my off-road riding and building. Yeah, you're back. Well, you can't beat it. It is almost 4 o'clock, guys. I'm going to have to wrap it up. As I always say, I'm not going to keep you guys. I guess I should. I may have to do that. There's a few. And there's a few I don't even use anymore. But yeah, I'll actually come back with that. I am getting ready to go because I'm going to take my son out for Father's Day. Got the 820 done for now, and one of my idler pulleys is bad. That's a pain in the butt. You gonna order it? You got another one. I'm getting ready to go. I'm going to take him out to a really nice restaurant. He is a father now for 2 years. He's got a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old. So, yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody. And if your father's not around anymore, I can sympathize. That's a tough thing. If your father's not around anymore, call your mother. That way she'll have two. She'll have a Mother's Day and a Father's Day. Thanks for coming by, guys. I really appreciate it. Y'all make my day. Hey, Samantha, how are you doing? I think you're catching us on the tail end. Yeah, because we've been an hour. What part of the country are you from, Samantha? Mind that you do not give your physical address, just regional. Going fishing tomorrow. Can't take him with me. I'll be using his flies. Oh, wow. Sounds like your son ties flies. That is pretty good stuff. And it sounds like you will be going fly fishing, obviously. So that might be trout fishing. Trout fishing is damn good because you get trout. And trout and morels is the best damn dinner I've ever had. Morels are mushrooms for people that don't know about mushrooms. Well, that's tough, Kevin. That is. That's something. That's really good stuff, man. Yeah. My dad is 76, and then my stepfather is like 73, something like that. So I still have both of them, and they still guide me. How about that? So I guess I'm lucky. I guess we'll be ending on a kind of a sad note. But for all of you who still have your dads, give them a hug. For those who don't, think about them. Hell, y'all think about them anyway without me saying anything. So I'm going to get, guys, you take it easy. I got these other videos that are going to be coming out this week. Heck, we might do another one of these live things later on, middle of the week. That's pretty cool, Kevin. So, guys, you take it easy. I got to get ready. Y'all be careful. Have a good Father's Day, everybody.